Good morning. I am going to bring up a conversation. I had done some things on aliens and the potential. And in the last week or so, we've been hearing information about the potential over Alaska area that aliens or UFOs, unidentified flying objects, have been shot down. And of course, this is very concerning to me because if we do have entities on planet Earth that we don't understand, and we are tangling with them in a warlike manner, that does seem to me to be a bit out of a little bit out of what shall I say, common sense, because we don't know enough to do anything. And if they're here, it doesn't mean all that much. I do believe that it's very possible that we have otherworldly how I want to say this. I believe aliens are really us from the future, and I believe that a certain number of them, and I realize, please do bear with me, I am not crazy. I understand that a lot of people think, oh no, that can't be it. Well, I have said before that I've had a relationship, if you will, with a guide, and this guide is an Eben. And I have heard Eben, or Eben has said, has led me to understand that the times that we're in right now are significant to the future of all beings for whatever reasons, and I don't understand it. I'm not going to claim I understand the depth of this information I'm providing you. I'm saying that I've been provided some pieces of information that don't totally add up to something that I could actually podcast about and make sense. So I'm not trying to do that today. What I am trying to say, though, is that we are in a situation where we are dealing with a lot of unknowns. And as a result of that, and up to and including very recently getting a pokey. And I'm hearing that something in this energy is profoundly causing awareness from the other side, or the other part of who we are. Now, you might think it is, like I said, cuckoo crazy that I believe that they're us in the future. And the reason I'm going to say this, there's a very specific reason why I believe this, is, my guide Eben, I just call her Eben, has said to me that genetically something is going very, very wrong with us. And as I study and I recognize things like RNA, the tiniest particle in our cell body, being something that, as a result of some things that are happening right now, has been altered. And altered in what way? We don't seem to understand that we're living in an environment that from World War II, we've been exposed to close to 60,000 new toxins in our health, and all of us running around going, gosh, I don't know why I'm not feeling very well, or why am I allergic to so many foods, or gosh, why do I feel so sick to my stomach when I eat chicken? Well, there are some things going on here that are pretty profound, and they're not about to improve anytime soon as I see it. It is, we might be experiencing some kind of alterations. Are we experiencing them for our good or for our bad? I just don't know. I personally don't feel like it's real good. I don't eat anything genetically modified. I've come to the conclusion, if it's not natural, it doesn't belong in my body. You know, we all have these choices. We can make choices. So make yours very carefully is what I think I'm saying. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to ask the Cosmic Tarot to tell me about these UFOs that we've supposedly shot down over North America. And it's the Canadians shooting them down, which is even more bizarre because the country, Canada, has always been very non-war or pacifist, and we have Trudeau there, and it's maybe not so pacifist right now, I don't know. So what do we have? We have the Hanged Man, yes, where we're deciding in some upside down ways what we're going to do about stuff, and we don't have enough information. We don't know enough to do what we're doing, which is what I think I know from Eben, that we can't assume anything. And if we're doing things to our bodies through foods, through medications, through environmental alterations, we can expect in every way to be hung up. And that's exactly what we are right now. We're hung up. We don't know up from down. We don't know right from left. We don't know what's true and what isn't true. And I find it extraordinarily confusing to have people in charge of our country saying, yeah, we're going to maybe redo Social Security because that's an entitlement that you shouldn't have. If you need that, you should just go to work. Well, I'm sorry, but when you're 75, going to work is pretty hard. And I'm 62 and I've got cancer. Going to work for me would just be about impossible. I can't go and take a $15 an hour job so that I can pay a $2,500 a month rental payment. I don't have the physical ability to keep up with that anymore. And many of us don't. And it's like we're getting sicker and being asked to give more at the same time. And so it's like being a broken down car that you drive until the engine blows up. That's what it feels like to me. Like we're in this process of being driven so hard our engines are about to blow. And I know many of us feel that way. So I don't want to stick to the negativity on this, but I definitely have an opinion that is not exactly favorable, because I don't feel like people are being treated right. But this card sort of says it too. It says that, yeah, we're kind of looking into this upside down rules. We see you from the moon. We see you. And so this is really fascinating. We get a major arcana on a question about an alien. And I've been wanting to do this kind of stuff because this is really my passion. Okay, this is a huge part of my passion. So let's just go ahead and ask the next card. And I don't like to ask questions exactly, because when you do, what happens is that you lose the ability to ask that question again. So what is it about? It's about Four of Pentacles. It is about medical. It is about, right now, they're coming here because the Four of Earth is saying that things are cold and shall we say, like black bile. Like choleric, and how we're being treated is about the four corners of money, but it has nothing to do with getting good treatment. Sure, it all looks good. Sure, they could tell you, yeah, you need to go do this and get that, and yeah, we know all about it. They don't know enough. They do not know enough. That's part of the problem. Now, I'm not going to say who they are. You can guess by this picture right here who I'm talking about. This right there. I'm just going to say that and leave that alone. And how they disenfranchise somebody else. And you can just take that in and let that card just kind of resonate with you. There is a real problem in this country of division and why we treat people the way we do. It's disgusting to me. And they're here to tell us, this stuff isn't going to fly. This is kind of over with. This superior, I'm the perfect species. No. He who is last shall be first. He who is first shall be last. This is about being hung up on self and realizing who you are and who you're not. And the final card in this poll, the King of Swords. Yes, things are going on that are of huge consequence to us. And what might that mean? Well, we've got another little issue that's coming up astrologically, is that, as I've said, Pluto is going into Aquarius, which means there's a change in the air. Saturn in March is heading into Pisces, which means there's a change in the waters. And we're already seeing things both ways. The air, things are wrong. The water, fish are dying. I expect both things to be large and in charge, and us know some of the things about this that we don't know currently. So with that, I would like for you to consider hitting like, share, and subscribe, and joining me on my YouTube channel where I struggle to grow. Leave comments, get involved. I'd love to hear if you have a story about aliens or something in that category, because for me, I find that the aliens are us in the future, and just allow yourself to ponder that. I think that there's something to it. Now, is it factual on my end that I say this? No, it is not. I'm a diviner. I divine information, and sometimes I get really good hits, and sometimes I get really good imagination. So, either way, it's always worth exploring, because we are told not to use our imaginations. Do that. I believe in it. Trust me. Thank you for joining me.